Okay, well, I am recording, so there's that. Recording there, recording here. Kind of weird. I don't know what I'm doing today. It's weird. Okay. White balance is completely off. It's wonderful. We'll see what happens. Hey, Professor Z here, and I'm going to start a new thing here. This YouTube channel, really, I created this years ago as really just a platform for me to upload material for my students to use, right? I have a lot of stuff out there that, a lot of tech tutorials just for student use, but I find that a lot of the things I make over time have really taken off outside of just my students, right? I made a video 4 years ago now about the Tascam DR10L lavalier mic, which I love. I use it to this very day for my own weddings. And that one tutorial has 29,000 views. I made a one last year about the Godox SK400 Mark II strobe kit that we bought for photography. And that has almost 25,000 views and it hasn't even been used in class yet. So clearly the tutorials I make are helpful for people outside of just my university, which I love. I love being able to help and spread that kind of knowledge because some of the tutorials I make are things that I can't find information on. Like I made a video a couple years ago in DaVinci 17 about syncing audio files and do multicam editing for weddings because the way I was doing it in Premiere Pro with a plugin, Pluralize, you just couldn't do in DaVinci. It was set up differently and I had to figure out a way to do it the way I wanted to work through it. So I created that. And that video has almost 10,000 views, which is great. Now look, that's not millions of views and that's fine, but it still impacts a lot of people and a lot of people find those helpful, which I love. I love helping people. That's why I am in education, right? I want to help people and you don't just have to take an expensive college class to get that benefit all the time. Being able to watch a YouTube video, which is how a lot of us learn. A lot of my students learn through YouTube videos these days. I learn through YouTube videos. I watch them all the time from other creators on this platform that I get a lot of information from, which I find invaluable. But I do this from my office. This is not a big YouTube setup. I want to make it a little bit better. I have some like old defunct lenses I put over there as a thing. There's the new drone that I haven't even been able to fly yet because we got it and I just haven't had the time. But here's cameras. I just got this camera back from repair from Canon last week because the on off switch didn't work anymore. Its sister's case is sitting there because I'm waiting for that camera to come back. And today, I'm just recording right on the webcam built into my iMac. This is nothing fancy. I do although have an Lumix FZ300 recording over there because I just wanted to see what that looked like. I did just buy one of those little magnet mounts to put on my computer so I can use my iPhone as the camera, but it hasn't come in yet. The audio though, I do use, I love these things. The No Rode Video Mic Go 2s, which are also USB connections, right? So I have one off the camera right here that's connected USB-C to my Mac. So I'm using that audio, but I also have one on camera on the Lumix FZ300, which is the camera we use for our intro classes, right? They're a great little super zoom camera that has full manual controls, 4K recording. Yeah, it's only Micro Four Thirds sensor, but you know what? When you're learning, you don't need the biggest thing. We do have these Canon RPs here that we have for a little bit higher up, and these are like the first Canon mirrorlesses that came out at the affordable cost, and we're gonna be getting some more mirrorless down the line. But the reason why I'm making this video is because I want to start doing more of a weekly update kind of thing of what we do around campus and the tech stuff, because I have to deal with so many technical things. So I'm the engineer in charge here at the university, and I'm repairing things all the time. A lot of people don't get to see that, what we do, or what I do really behind the scenes. And I'm going to start capturing more of that and posting it. So this first video, though, is going to be kind of more of a quarterly update, if you will, because I haven't done any updates yet. So this is going to be a little top-down view. Then as we go in, we'll talk about more of everything that's going on. So some of the big updates that we've had at the university over the summer is, one, we have a new TV set that was built and installed. So it took over a year of planning, right? We started it way back in 2022, planning it, and then took several months of planning, meeting with the design company. We used Galback Designs out of North Carolina, who built our previous set, and we had a deal. We took down our old set at the end of the semester. We sent them all the parts because they use all the frames again. They came back up in June and put our new set together, which is fabulous. I mean, this looks great. This is an amazing set. It's a much more modern than our old set. And our old set wasn't that old, but you got to refresh these things every so often. And they were able to come back and meet our timeline, which is really great because as a university, we have fiscal years that we have to adhere to. So we had to have the new set installed, paid for and installed before the end of the fiscal year, right? So we had to do that in a very small time frame, which they were able to accommodate. And then, in that middle of that set there, you can see there's this blank space. And we had planned for purchasing an e-wall down in the future. Well, it just so happens a TV studio donated their old one to us. I can't say who based on the terms of our agreement, but we have this large LED wall that was donated to us we're in the planning phases. We have it. We just need to get the electrical installed and plan the time frame that we're going to actually physically put it up and get that commissioned. So that should be happening over our winter break. So when our semester ends, that is our next goal, is to get that up and running. Along with the new studio, we had to have the lighting company come in and rehang all our lights. So they took down all the lights in both studios and rehung everything. That took them about 4 days to do all that between the crew that came in here. They had to address all the lights in the new set because there's a lot of LED lights in there, and they were able to do that for us. So now we have a fully lit set in both rooms, which is great. Our old new studio, Studio A, is now just like an open space with a couple zones, and we're going to be using it more black box style. One thing, when you got TV studios like this, as parts age, things fail over time. And one part that has failed on me more than once, and it's not the same part, it's what I found out is what's failing, right? So we use for our audio the Wheatstone platform. So Wheatstone, big into broadcast audio for TV and radio. And we use their Series 4 mixing board for our console. And the way all the digital stuff works, you have these cards that slide in and out of the matrix in the back. And once in a while, like a couple years ago, I had audio that stopped working somewhere and a part failed. So I sent that card out for repair, came back, paid a couple $100 for it. Over the summer, another, a couple years later, which was this past summer, I had another audio source disappear on me, which means, okay, I sent that card out. Because I know which card it is. There's a blinking light on it. Shows me, right, this is bad. Send it out for repair. And then a couple weeks later, during the semester, we're shooting our first news segment show of this semester, and we have another audio issue. But this time, the audio I can't hear. I can't hear the speakers in the audio control room, so I can't fine tune the audio. It's really annoying that that's what went on that day. I mean, it could have happened a couple days before, but we didn't know it until we went to shoot. And of course, I know there's a problem because I see the blinking light. And this time, though, I got a tech call with somebody that's like, oh, well, you just really need to replace this little chip driver that goes on it itself. And turns out there's 16 of these. And I go, well, how do you know which one it is? Trial and error. So you literally has to sit there and pull each one out one at a time. Pull one out, put the new one in, slide it back in, see if it blinks. No, pull it out, pull that one out, and swap it until I get 15 tries later. I finally got the right one. But audio's back up and working. And on the audio front, another big update we're doing is in the podcast, we had redone it. We got new desks, new microphones, new audio board, and all that stuff. And we did PTZ cameras so you can do video podcasting, but the way it was set up, the cameras are just on tripods, and I always wanted to build this truss system. So I finally got that stuff in. I finally got the truss system, and I started hanging it up. Turns out I bought the wrong size poles to hang the TVs from, so I have to buy the correct ones or whatever. But now they're up and off the ground. It looks a lot better. It looks a lot nicer. So that is a big update that we did in the podcast suite. So that's kind of the big updates we've done so far this semester, and a couple of repairs. Again, that LED wall, I hope to have that up over winter break. We're going to be buying a new media server soon because our Avid Airspeed that we've had since we opened the building back in 2015 is just getting old, and also it's no longer being supported by Avid. So we have to replace that probably with a Ross Tria Plus, which is pretty awesome. And we're looking into getting new studio cameras. So we have the Panasonic studio cameras that, again, we opened the building up with. They've been kind of doing double duty because we also use them for sporting events, which kind of puts a little wear and tear on them. So we're looking to replace those hopefully this year as well. That's a big price tag. Let me tell you, if you've ever purchased the studio cameras, they are not cheap. You definitely get what you pay for, but they are not a cheap expense. And because of the model that we had of our old cameras, we can't even use the CCUs. So we have to buy new CCUs, new controllers, new cameras, everything. So it's kind of a big bill to pay, but it's something we have to do. So hopefully that comes down the line soon. And maybe next week I'll have an update. So like I said, this is my first update. I'm hoping to do these more regularly, hopefully weekly. That's my goal, weekly updates. Keep them nice and short and sweet. Talk about what's going on in tech-wise, production-wise around here. But that's what I'm planning on doing. I am the tech guru of our department. And if you're curious, I am going to be editing this in Premiere Pro. Now look, I've gone back and forth between Premiere and DaVinci many times. And it's always one of those leapfrogging things. One comes out with a feature that the other one doesn't have. And I have to say, well, one, I don't pay for my own Adobe. It gets paid for by the school, so it doesn't hurt me to have it. If I had to pay for something, I might just buy the DaVinci the one time and keep that and never worry about it again. But one of the features I love in Premiere Pro these days is the text-based editing. And that's what I'm going to be doing this video with. In fact, I'll probably do a screen grab of that and post it as a separate video to show like just how easy it is to do the text-based editing process within Premiere Pro. It is really quite amazing. With this video right now, I'm recording my webcam on the iMac using QuickTime Movie. QuickTime, you can do a very simple movie record, use any microphone you want. To do my screen grabs, a lot of times I'm going to use OBS. Again, another free resource out there, OBS. That way I can have the internal audio. You can't use that with QuickTime. Otherwise, you have to pay for like video capturing software like ScreenFlow, or you have to use some plugin to route your audio, which can be a little bit more complicated. But regardless, and maybe I'll do a video about that in the future, but I am going to do a video about the text-based editing because I just find it amazing and awesome. So that's it for this update. Again, I'm going to try to do these more weekly as we go forward, but we'll see what happens with that. If you have any questions or ideas for other video topics in the future, hey, leave a note in the comments below and I'll be happy to look into those and make some more videos. Till then, have a great day.